Hey friends, welcome back. My name is T and I am the Teen STEM Coordinator with Girls Inc. of Orange County. My pronouns are she, her, and you're about to dive into part 2 of a 2-part series on Google Drive. In today's tutorial, we are going to talk about docs, sheets, and slides. If you're familiar with Microsoft, that's a lot like Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. Let's get started. So as you can see, there's a lot of different types of documents that we can create on Google. Google Forms is something I use a lot, but I won't be showing it off in this video. Let me know if you'd like to see more on that, but let's just open a Google Doc. So once it's open, you can go ahead and title it where it says Untitled Document. And I'm just going to write something. As you can see at the top, it says saving. And then once you're done doing something, it will take a second and say all changes saved to Drive. It only does this when you're online. So Google Docs works a lot like Google Words. You can change the font size, you can change the color, highlight it. We'll do black today. Same thing, you can italicize, bold, underline. You can see it turns blue to show you that those things are on for that text. I centered my text. There's a lot of different things you can do. You can insert images, tables, drawings, horizontal lines, a whole bunch of awesome things, a lot like Word. You can also format things. I use columns a lot. Line spacing is helpful. But today, let's look at how we insert a table. I'm going to change my font and my highlight back to normal before we do so. I'm also going to left justify it. Now let's insert a table. You select how many columns and rows you want. So I'm going to have 4 columns and 4 rows in my table. We're going to make something that I usually make for curriculum. So when I'm writing curriculum, I use these timetables a lot. They might help you if you're planning out chores or homework schedules, but this is something that I use all the time at the top of all my curriculums. So we're just going to put in some column headers like time, activities, materials, and staff. And then you can edit this within your table a lot like you edit the regular text. So I'm going to turn it white. You see how I highlight here? It doesn't actually fill the whole section. So I'm going to have to go to the fill tool and fill it. I like my title centered and bolded. Then I'm just going to start filling out my table. Notice how I can hit enter here. I don't have to have all the text on one line, but it will still stay within its box. So I'm going to copy and paste. On a Mac, you can hit a hotkey, which is Command C and then Command V. C is to copy, V is to paste. Very similar on a PC, except for it's Control C and Control V. And that's about it. All right, on to Sheets. I selected New, and then I selected Google Sheets. So when your spreadsheet opens, I want you to take a look at it. So on your left, there's numbers. Those are called rows. On the top of your spreadsheet, there are letters, which are the columns. And every box on your sheet is called a cell. So this would be cell 4B. So we're going to make a table kind of like what we made in the Google Doc. I just named it really quick. This table is going to be kind of pre-structured for us, but we are going to have to add in a lot of the content that the Google Doc already provided. One thing you'll notice is that if you mistype, you will have to go in and fix it. It does not auto-fix like it does in a Word or a Docs document. So I'm just entering in some data. Now, what is different about Excel or Sheets than the docs is that you can't hit enter and still be in the same box. So you might want to be using commas here. So what I'm going to do is another hotkey. It is Command D on Macs or Control D on PCs. And what this is going to do is autofill with the top cell the rest of the cells that I selected. Now I can go into cell D3 and type in it, but as you can see, cell C3 is kind of spilling over onto it. So what I want you to kind of remedy that is make sure that the cell is the correct width. It's a little bit harder to do on Google Sheets than it is in Excel, but you'll select a column and then double click on its edge. Doing the same thing here with Control D to fill in the rest of my cells. And now it's time to format. So there are a bunch of different ways to format. You can format a lot like you do in Word, bold, italicize, font size, all that stuff. But what I'm going to do to create a table is select all of my cells and go to this borders icon. This borders icon allows you to choose a whole bunch of different types of borders. I like to use the all borders. It makes it nice and clean. Then I'll select my cells that are going to be my headers. Again, I like to center them. I'm going to turn the font white. I'm going to fill the font red. Then another thing I want to show you how to do is how to create a filter. So you can go over to the icon, select create filter. There's some information about it. And you select the same icon that is now on your table. So if I wanted to see just the spreadsheets, I would unselect Docs and PowerPoint and then select OK. And now you can see just things that have to do with spreadsheets. I can say clear, then I won't see anything, or select all, and my table comes back. The last thing I'm going to show you is some numbers formatting on Excel. So there's these buttons up top that allow you to change how you see your numbers. So I just made that 80 into dollars, that 90 into a percentage, and then I'm going to take away and add decimals to this 100. Another way you can play with numbers is with dates. So I just put in a date, and if I select date and time, it will also give me a time. I didn't write a time, so it says 0. If I turn it back to date, it will get rid of the timestamp. You can do this by typing out the month and day as well. So that says March 19th, 2020. You can select date, and it'll change it back to a numerical date. All right, last but not least, back to new, and we are going to create a slide. So Google Slides, again, it's a lot like it's a Microsoft counterpoint. It's a lot like PowerPoint. I'm up here just retitling it. So over here, you can see themes. So these are a whole bunch of pre-built templates that you can just add your information into. So I'm going to make like an intro to me slide. So I am Tori Cash. I work at Girls Inc. of Orange County. And that is my first slide. This little plus button up here can add more slides. Today, I'm going to go for a title and body. So I'm going to write in my hobbies. PowerPoint, it's always nice to be succinct. So these 3 dots up here give you more formatting options. I like to put things in bullet points, so that is what we will do today. So I'm just going to type in my hobbies. Great. Now that I have those 3 things typed in, I'm going to insert some images to make it a little bit more interesting. So you can go up to Insert, Image, and you can search the web right on Google Sheets. So I'm searching for cats. This one is such a cutie. Insert it. It will create the image. Now I can size it by grabbing these blue squares. So these red lines that you're seeing help you format on your slide. Helps it look a little bit cleaner. It's just some suggestions that Google is giving you. You can also insert videos, which I love to do. YouTube is embedded, so I can just search up anything I want. I'm going to search up ghosts. We'll throw this top video in there. Same thing to resize, grab a blue square. And this is me searching for those red lines. I want Google to tell me where it thinks I should put it. So that is a basic slide, pretty quick. And from here, we can present. So as you can see, slide number 1, you can see the cat. I can hit play and you can watch the YouTube video right there. And that's Google Slides. I hope this tutorial was helpful for you and that you're going to make some strong, smart, and bold creations. Let us know if there's anything else you'd like a tutorial on. Here are some questions to ponder while you're working in Google Drive. What type of document do you think you will use the most? Do you feel confident using Google Drive for school or other projects? Who else uses Google Drive? We'll see you strong, smart, and bold girls in the next one. Bye!